Hello everyone and welcome back to Voxel Tales. Dan here with you as always, and this week I'm planning on doing some work on the church we started last time. But before that, I had a bit of spare time after the last episode went up, so I got all the bits together and schematic cannoned another house into existence. But just so there's a bit of variety, I swapped out all the smooth sandstone for white smooth sandstone, and the spruce roof for a dark oak roof. Gonna try and get more housing done between episodes so the villagers have somewhere to move back to. I also had a bit of a go at texturing the walls on this one. Everybody seems to be all about texturing these days. The best thing about modded though is that textured doesn't have to mean worn or dirty. Because these are new houses, so they shouldn't look like they've been here for years. I mean, would you buy a new house if a good chunk of it was cracked and already worn? I know I wouldn't. Not that the villagers are going to be buying these houses. I mean, if anything, I owe them a house. Anyway, not important right now. I've got a church to work on. I've got a few ideas that are going to require calcite, so I should probably start by seeing what my stock is looking like. Calcite. Oh, you know, that's actually not looking too bad. But I also have a tendency of running out of stuff in the middle of things. So, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go get some more because I already know where there's a decent supply. Right here, in this amethyst geode we found ages ago. So I'm just going to mine out the whole thing and beef up the old supply. Editor Dan, time-lapse me. Quick note, I think that glowing disco cloud is from the hex casting mod, so we're going to keep this location in the back pocket for if we ever get around to checking that out. In the meantime, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of time-lapse in this episode, so strap in. Or leave. I mean, this channel's average view duration is like 2 minutes, so chances are most of you have gone anyway. I suppose there's a chance that everybody's watching the whole thing in 2-minute increments. 2 minutes is the optimum duration for all sorts of things. So I'm told. And that is how you remove a geode. Now let's get back to the village and make us some blocks. Well, technically most of the blocks are from the chipped mod, so it's more like the basement, which isn't even in the village anymore. Anyway, let me get these bits together and I shall see you over there. Sorry about this, I was just about to set replay mod off recording and remembered I needed some blue stone bricks. Just 1 or 2, you know. Alright, now we can get started. Look at me go! I'm like a little 3D printer. I'm not going to leave this floor, I'll texture it eventually. Just wanted to get something down. I'm pretty happy with how this bit turned out. But it's a good job it's sped up because it was pretty slow going to put together. Alright, time-lapse over. I'm thinking it looks pretty good, but I'm figuring it out as I go along, so it's all subject to change. Of course, the problem with figuring it out as you go is that you actually have to figure it out. So once I do figure something out, I'll get back to you. Well, this is awkward. It's only a couple of minutes later, but I remembered I spotted these sconces when I was looking for churchy-looking things. And they come in different colours, which is good, considering that the church is going to be a bit Spectrum-themed. Rain gutter. Oh, I need soul torches. Hang on. And a couple of these, so I can make a couple of these. Right, what about these other colours? No quick crafts for them. Or recipes, for that matter. But why though, game? Why? Well, guess we'll just have to make do with the blue and yellow ones for now. Oh good, the blue ones don't actually light up. Alright, fine, just the normal ones. Be that way then. Yeah, that looks good. And I've got another idea that I should be able to get done before I go to bed. There, that adds a little something something. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and in the morning we'll crack on some more. As you can see, I indeed cracked on some more. I hope those of you that are still here enjoyed me figuring this build out. By the way, if you are still here and aren't subscribed already, then please, join us. It sounded a bit culty, didn't it? Sorry, we're not a cult, promise. This isn't too lavish, is it? I'm loosely basing it on the Doncaster Minster in my hometown. Well, it was a town when I was little. The government upgraded it to a city in 2022. Coincidentally, the locals upgraded the town centre from cesspool to shithole around the same time. I had to redo these roofs to accommodate the interior, which probably isn't how building design is supposed to work, but what are you going to do? Okay, I'm thinking it's getting there. It's looking very grand anyway, draws the eyes upwards, which is what you want in a church when you think about it. Yeah, I'm liking it. Gonna need another think though, back in a tick. As promised, I have done a bit of thinking, and what I'm thinking is that I need to make one of these chisels. That's not a chisel? That's better. As I was saying, I want one of these chisels because I want to make some stone brick variations. No point making the inside look all fancy if the outside looks completely bland. And lucky for me, the chisel refabricated mod has a couple we can use. This soft one, and this solid one. And our trusty mason's workbench has these rounded stone bricks, which when combined with the standard ones should all come together to make some nice looking walls. That's the plan anyway, I promise nothing. Right, well, chucking it down with rain, but I'd say that little experiment was a success. Still needs a lot more detail overall, but it's a solid start. The next stage of my complete lack of plan was to make some stained glass blocks. Convert some of those blocks into their arched variant in the glassblower's workbench, and then convert those into arched glass panes. Which, it turns out, isn't a thing. Are you joking? So after what I'd consider to be an appropriate amount of swearing, I made glass panes first, and turned those into their arched variant. Then it was just a case of installing them in all those window holes I just made. Beautiful. I tried poking a pattern into the wall above the door hole to try and spice it up a little. Even went as far as putting the glass in. but it just wasn't vibing with me and I couldn't figure out why. So I put in some stairs leading up to the door. It needed stairs. The stairs worked. A shame then that the window was pants. Right, I've got a plan and it's going to take a lot of dye and a lot of stained glass. Full disclosure, I may have overdone it on the dye. But you know, more is more. Right, I'm going to get all this converted and you guys can watch another time lapse. See you after. Sorry about all these time lapses, by the way. It was this or watching me fumble around in real time. Trust me, nobody wants that. Here I tried mirroring the lead pattern from outside on the inside, but in calcite to match the decor. It took about 10 minutes for me to decide that I hated it and take it all back down again. Yes, I like that. Good. Suppose I'll get a few little details in while I think about the next bit. Hey, what? No, I'm starving to death. Good job, me. Refreshing. Anyway, I've got a good idea of what I'm going to do next, so I'll just finish this up quick and get on with it, I suppose. Alright, ready for the reveal. Yeah, look at that. Pretty nice, eh? Hang on, we'll go from the other end too. Yep, looks good both ways. Move, donkey, you're ruining the shot. What are you even in here for, anyway? Anyway, back window time. For this one, I had to shift the internal arch forward to make the window fit properly, which in turn is going to interfere with the side window placement. But that sounds like a future Dan problem to me. Present Dan, on the other hand, had better get over it sharpish, because present Dan has his own problems to deal with. See, present Dan is blissfully unaware that he hasn't made the window big enough. You give him a minute, he'll figure it out. Not yet, wait for it. There it is. Alrighty, back windows in. All in all, we've got a good chunk of the interior done, I'd say. I think we deserve a break after that. Well everyone, if you made it to the end, then thank you all so much for watching. It was a bit disjointed and there was a lot of time lapse in, but I'd say we did good work today. If you thought so too, then help the channel out by subscribing and leaving us a cheeky like and a comment below. I've been Dan, this has been Voxel Tales, and until next time remember, be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye guys.